Hey everyone, Chad Hasty here, host of the Chad Hasty Show. Usually on Fridays here on the Morning Brief, we're going to start taking a look back on the week, and it was a historic week here in the United States, and it continues to be historic as protests continue for another day as Donald Trump becomes President-elect Donald Trump. Donald Trump met with President Obama in the White House yesterday. Looked like that meeting went fine, lasted for about an hour, hour and a half. Usually those meetings only last for an hour, but I will say this. President Obama still doesn't think that Donald Trump is fit to be president. And Barack Obama canceled a photo op between the two families, which that's, usually something that is actually done. Both families stand at the south entrance of the White House. Donald Trump and his wife Melania would have gotten their picture taken next to President Obama and Michelle Obama. Didn't happen because, I guess President Obama wants to act petulant, just like some of the protesters who are out. Donald Trump, of course, winning the big race. And I'll say this about Donald Trump, and I've mentioned it in other videos as well. This was a historic win. You have a virtual outsider, somebody who has had no political experience, at least, I would say official political experience. He was able to take down Jeb Bush and the rest of the Republicans, and he was able to take down Hillary Clinton. Think about this. Two families who have been very influential in U.S. politics for decades, and Donald Trump was able to take both of them down in the same election year. It is shocking that he was actually able to do that. You have to be surprised at that, and you have to give the man a hand. You have to congratulate him and say, yeah, that was pretty impressive, Donald Trump. Congratulations. To the protesters who are out there, you can check here on the KFYO video feed. On the show yesterday, I shared my thoughts about these protesters. It really is sad. These protesters who are out protesting a free and fair election. You had your chance. You had your shot. You didn't have conservatives out whining and crying and protesting in the streets and shutting down traffic. You didn't have any of that. Were conservatives worried about Donald Trump, Barack Obama? Absolutely. But they had reason to be. If Barack Obama would have gotten his way, he absolutely would have restricted gun rights in this country, even more than what he did. If he would have gotten his way, he would have clamped down on the Constitution even more. When it comes to immigration, he didn't do much on the border. He didn't really do anything on the border. So conservatives had real issues with Barack Obama. For liberals, it's this really stupid idea that Donald Trump hates anyone who isn't white and straight. It's a stupid narrative that was started by the popular media, that Donald Trump doesn't like Hispanics, that Donald Trump doesn't like black people. It was stupid, it's ignorant, and it's completely false, and it's really fanned these flames of young protesters who are out saying he's not my president. Well, guess what? He is going to be your president, people. You got to get over it. You got to move on. If you don't like it, how about this? You get involved. You hold your politicians' feet to the fire. You volunteer for campaigns. You get out and, I know this may shock some people, vote. But you know what? This is what living in this republic is, okay? When we have these elections, there's a peaceful transition of power. It was a fair election. And let's not forget, there are millions and millions of people living across the world who wish they had a Donald Trump to vote for, who wish they had a Hillary Clinton to vote for, who wish they just had an election where they could go and vote for their representatives. They don't have that. those are the people who should be out protesting, not these children who are throwing a fit because their person didn't win the election. You got to get over it. You got to move on, and you got to grow up. Donald Trump is the next president of the United States. I will pray for him. I will pray for this country, and I believe that he will be able to do some really good things, and I will pray that he sticks to his word on many of the key issues that he campaigned on. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. on NewsTalk, 95.1 FM, 790 AM KFYO. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. Have a great weekend. Catch you on the radio.